I'd like to introduce Renee Vanderbilt Kay. She is the president of Pop-Up Pet Products. Welcome, Renee.
Thank you so much, Michelle. I look forward to our call.
I'm so excited for your product because I live in a warm climate, and I was thinking, someone should invent something like this. Like I was saying, I live in a warm climate, and we have sliding glass doors, and our cats like to go on our enclosed patio. In and out,
Yep.
and, waste electricity, you get bugs, and all of that. And your product takes care of all that. How did you come about your idea for this?
Well, it's funny that you said that, Michelle, because my husband and I were experiencing the same exact thing that you were. And we live in a townhome with sliding glass doors, and the whole backside of our house is a glass wall. So there was no place to really cut in a pet door. And we have a really old dog who would have a really hard time climbing through something anyway. So after this past winter, my husband and I actually both got really, really sick. He actually came down with pneumonia, and because we were just leaving our door cracked open so that we wouldn't have to get up and down, every 5 minutes to let out our old dog. And, I never wanted one of those big, heavy glass doors because, one, they're expensive, and two, because they really restrict your access to your yard, and I love going out in my yard, and I didn't really want to have that restricted. So last winter, we decided to kind of come up with our own solution, and my sister and I, we put together some ideas and went down to Home Depot and got some different materials and basically built our first prototype and popped it in, and we sat back for a couple of days and we said, oh my goodness, this is amazing. It totally works great, and it's so easy. And what we've done is we've taken that and we've improved on it, and it's now foldable, so you can actually pop it up when you need it, take it down when you don't, fold it up and stick it behind your sofa or wherever, and then just pop it up when you need it. And it's great for keeping out bugs and keeping the warm air in your house and letting your dog go in and out.
Well,
great.
I think it's fabulous in my case, we have cats, and we're down south, and down south, a lot of people, and we're way down south. So, and it's, I guess, not just way down south anymore, but when you live in an area where there's, I guess, natural disasters, so to speak, like hurricanes, that happens in Texas and Florida, Georgia, Carolinas, you have a lot of hurricane glass. And I think you can do a hurricane glass pet door, but I'm not even sure. So, impact glass is very expensive, and a hurricane pet door might be, I don't know if they can do it, and if it is, it's probably very expensive.
Right, and it's permanent, and it would probably be either permanent or semi-permanent, you always have to have it at.
Right, and if you always have that, and depending on how it can open, if you could lock it or not, there's always a chance something else could get in if it swings. I don't even know how that would work. But what I love about it is that if you live in a warm climate where it's pretty warm most of the year, you lose a lot. It's just wasteful on electricity, but you don't want to deprive your, fur kids of going in and out, and especially if it's an enclosed area. We have an enclosed patio, and this is true for a lot of homes that are in the South, and in Southern California as well, and Arizona, New Mexico, all the Southern, and a lot of places up north too for summertime when your pet wants to go in and out, but what are you going to do? And, electricity is expensive. And and I love also that it can come out, it's not permanent, and you could just pop it in. And the other feature you mentioned is also fantastic, because if you have a pet door, standard pet door, your pet has to climb up about, or step over about 3 inches, 4 inches?
At least, yeah.
So with the pet door, it's pretty much, it's level. It's just going through.
There's no frame on the bottom. It's just a flap, so they can just walk right out. In fact, cats love it because cats have a hard time crawling through things because they're afraid. They get fearful that something's going to slap them on the behind. They get a little skittish. And this doesn't. And so for cats, it's beautiful because it's only 6 inches wide. There's no cat doors on the market. So this is the only true cat door.